Hello and welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion. We are at Texas Motor Speedway this week. I am Jake, joined again by Jason. How are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Not bad. Track temp, 100 degrees, 100 laps. Should be a good one. Coming into tonight, Jack Durham is on top with 66 points. Then we have Nick Leo, Alan Pajari, Jake Weaver, Brandon Curtis, Joseph David, Dave Fuge, Scott Hara, Steve Ange, Robert Gamble, Daryl Klotz, Chris White is 12th, Scott Chin is 13th, Grant Hood, and top 15 is Key Schooling. John Novak, David Duke is 17th. Jake Bryan we have an 18th. I'll just wait for this to update. Here we go. Jenkins is 19th, EJ Luna is 20th, Troy Katzer, Nick Biddy, Robbie Kirtley, Nick Sargent, Don Parker, Kalman Giori, Ben Popke, Juan Escamilla, Jack Nunemacher, Dan Katzer, Mike Dell, Benefield Kirkpatrick, Stefano Bardsley, Jason Weaver, Brian Messer, Lucy Nunemacher, and a name we haven't seen in a while, Anthony McEvely. But inside row number 1 we have Jack Durham and Jake Weaver.
And Juan Escamilla and Alan Pajari in row 2.
Row number 3 we have Steve Ange, Nick Leo,
EJ Luna and Brandon Curtis in row 4.
In the number 9 we have Anthony McEvely. Inside the number 6, Joe David.
Scotty Chin and Chris White in row 6.
Row 7 sees Scott Hara and Lawrence Jenkins.
And Jordan Sailors and Jake Bryan in row 8.
Three races, 3 poles for Mr. Jack Durham.
That's right. Jack's on a hot streak as far as polls go.
Yeah. He out-qualified Weaver tonight by 15 100ths of a second, so it was a close one.
See how that fares tonight. Today.
Durham's
last race at Kansas, he was started out front and was getting some pretty good restarts there at the, or pretty good starts on the restarts, I should say, I guess.
Yeah. He's got a little more color on his card tonight.
Juan Escamilla there in the
Cow print.
yeah, cow print car.
Pace truck is off. Durham's in the zone. And away we go. Weaver got the jump going into the corner, but Durham's gonna get the run through the middle and the exit. It's not really much of multi-groove racing here at Texas. It's kind of you only got the one choice.
Pretty much.
I heard people talking during practice that tire wear is going to be strangely huge here.
As you see, Jack Durham leads lap 1.
Yeah.
You are correct. They were talking about, I heard some chatter about 1% per lap on the right front.
That's quite a chunk. Looks like Scott Chin is under attack by Jordan Sailors. Actually, Sailors might be defending. Nick Leo is going to dive to the inside of EJ Luna. New paint scheme this week. He's in a Pudgy's car.
Yeah, not to like this, the number 7, Steve Angie there. Same sponsor, totally different looking car.
Yes. Sailor's making a move on. That would be Anthony McEvely, the other Insomniacs entry. At 29, O'Brien's going to follow him through. McEvely loses 2 spots in that corner.
Anthony's been out of, I mean, as far as I know, he's been out of sim racing for, well, shoot, almost a year now.
Yeah.
Pretty close to a year.
He said he was, it felt funny with all the new names and cars. He feels like he doesn't know anybody, so he's gonna have to feel everybody out once again.
Yeah.
Well, just like Pajari looked like he took third away from Escamilla. As we look back at Brian, Gevely under some heavy pressure again.
Yeah, that's the 6 of Joe David.
Pajari's gotten around the 27 of Jake Weaver. Now he's up to B2.
I was to say, that'll put him in the 2nd spot, correct? Yes.
There's Durham, 0.8 of a second ahead. Have to keep an eye on that gap because Allen's on a mission right now, it looks like. In the background there, we can see Leo close the gap on the 27 and the 04 as well. It's a good battle between Chin and Hera.
Yeah, it's got Chin in that green 55 and Mitt Hera. I usually call him Scott, but I'll say Mitt this time around in the 08. He's rocking a new paint scheme, is he not?
Different colors, same scheme.
Same scheme, different colors, yeah.
I don't know if he heard our pleas to make it easier to differentiate between teammates.
Yeah. And if he did that for us, that was not necessary.
No, McEvely's going backwards even more so. David got around and...
Now Scott Chin's making the pass. What's these early pit stops?
No, that was Chin and Hera, and they're on track, so transponder issue, I think.
Yeah, I see Pizzari in there too.
Nick Leo's gotten around the 27 and the 04, and so did Sailors. Weaver and Escamilla are going backwards.
Nick Leo looks like he's going to be under fire here from Jordan Sailors.
Yeah,
Jordan passed on the high side.
Yeah, that was almost makes you wonder if something happened to Leo in that corner.
Well, he might have just given up the spot. I mean, he did catch him pretty quick. As you know, Sailors caught Nick pretty quick, so he might have just said, it's not worth it this early. Just go.
Well, Brian Escamillas went way high to let him go.
Yeah, and there's Jake Bryan fighting Jake Weaver.
Yeah.
So Bryan trying to make the outside work. He seems to have done so.
Lots of duplicate names in the league right now. Brandon Curtis is up to 14th. He did have to serve an EOL at the beginning of the race, so he's gained a couple spots. Nick Sargent is showing out, but he didn't even make the grid, I don't think, so.
Well, I thought Joe David was going to do something here with Scott Chin, but didn't seem to get the run that he needed.
No, looks like Chris White might get a run on the high side. Oh, getting awful close to that wall. Gonna make it stick though. There's Curtis now, right behind Hera.
Yeah, he's right on the back bumper of Scott Hera. Oh.
Chris White low on exit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was definitely a shallow exit.
Back to the tire wear we were talking about earlier. I heard possible talks. Ooh, 3 wide. And Curtis backs out of it.
Yeah, that was probably a pretty smart move right there.
All 3 cars are still close as Curtis blinks.
Brandon does have that issue once in a while.
Kevley way high. David way low. EJ Luna all over the back of the 55 trying to defend that spot he just lost.
He gets a run on the inside on
Scott Chin.
Yeah, Scotty Chin, I'm sorry.
Did I say Hera? I think I said Hera. I think I might have screwed you up there. David is still trying to get around the 55.
Yeah, those guys are inseparable from like lap 1. But EJ took right off. And there's our leader.
And he seems to have put a gap.
Yeah, he's the only one in the camera shot.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here after lap 20. In my experience, you know, you get to lap 20, 30, depending on the track, and you start getting a mishandling car due to tire attempts or wear. We'll see what happens here.
Here's the battle for second. So I'm 2.5 seconds behind our leader.
That's what I was just going to say. 2.5 seconds back. Well, we'll keep an eye on that gap if we can. The field's pretty much spread out here.
Yeah, even The front runners are spread out, but you got your mid to backpack, like this group before here. They've been...
Yeah, they're pretty tight. See, Joe David did get around Scott Hara here.
Yeah, and he's chasing down EJ Luna. Would you believe me if I told you I knew whose cars those were?
Well, some of them I recognize.
Weaver and Escamilla are still sticking together. Neither of them are getting down to the bottom, though.
No.
So we could see that our leaders were doing quite well. The rest of the field is kind of up a lane.
Is that EJ Luna making a pass on Steve Angie? Two Pudgy's Pizzas cars.
Yeah, he wants that free meal. Whoever beats the other gets a free meal.
Look at that. There's 7 cars all pretty close together.
The run David just got out of that turn corner. Closed the gap on the 7 and created one on the 55.
Yeah.
And I think Steve saw it and let him go there. I don't want a commentator's curse, but at this point, you've been 28 laps of green flag racing. By now, you're probably thinking it's going to go a while. Start choosing your battles.
That could be. Sometimes I start thinking, all right, somebody's going to get loose and screw up, too.
And it could be handling, like we were saying earlier, now that we are 28 laps in.
Right.
7 machines might not be handling as well as the 6 and the 55.
It could be. That's what we said talking about that. I said, well, keep an eye on the gap. And Jack Durham's got 3 seconds on second place Jordan Sailors.
There's Sailors now.
Yeah, that's second, third, and fourth runner right there.
And you say that Jake Bryan has driven his way up to 4th. Now, after starting 16th.
So I was just looking for. I couldn't remember where he started, so I was trying to find that spot. Starting spot.
A close battle for 11th here.
Yeah, and Angie must be really struggling. I mean, he's losing a lot of positions here. Chris White and Brandon Curtis.
Curtis might get 2. He's still alongside the 7. Didn't quite make it. Was blinking again. Angie's still holding on.
Woo. I was expecting a slide job there from Curtis.
Yeah, they're switching lanes here. Steve's got the bottom. See if you can get it back. Some lap traffic.
Yeah, that is the ledge.
Back to this 4-car battle. But Curtis is going to get around White, as I think White may have just hugged the wall a little there. Angie making his way down pit lane, which would start his, or a, 2-stop strategy if this thing goes green.
Yep, lap 34, lap 35. So yes, 2 stops.
And it's not for fuel; it would be all for tire.
Yeah, and if we can believe the rumors we're hearing about the 1% per lap fall off, I mean, we're already talking about tires that are down to 65%.
And it's Anthony McEvely. The next contestant on pit road. Ooh. Missed his box little. It's Nick Leo's going to make a move on Alan Pajari here. Going to pick up a spot. A little bit of a difference in pace for Leo. Last season he was pretty quick on the short runs, but so far this season he's been quicker on the longer runs, but a little bit of bobble out of him too.
Yeah, that's my little oop comment there. To get a little looser, push a little bit off the corner. I'm not really sure, but car did twitch. And you're right. He's not dominating like he was last season. This gentleman here, though,
now up to 4.4 seconds ahead of P2 and increasing.
not only has he had 3 poles, but he has shown that he can run up front.
Oh, yes. Oh, another bobble. Different car this time. It looked like it was Jake Bryan.
It's E.J. Luna and Joe David, presumably?
Yes. I don't know. On lap 40, this is either a late 2-stop attempt or a early 1-stop. Both of them 15.2 on their pit stops.
Yeah, when they hit, I watched Luna go up on the jack, and Joe David was just behind. I mean, I was watching when the car actually stopped and when the right side went up, and it looked pretty symmetrical, I guess, in sync.
Durham another 2/10 ahead of Sailors.
Ooh, there goes Angie. Well, he's on fresh tires, so that's just...
Yeah. See if he can hard charge and get his lap back without beating up his tires here. What a difference.
Yeah. So second, third, and fourth.
Yeah. Leo wasn't in this group a couple laps ago.
Oh, and he has. These three have yet to make a stop, to my knowledge.
Ooh. Nick Leo going in super deep, sticking his nose in there. Forcing the 29 to move up out of the way.
Well, a nice pass. And yeah, all sorts of faith in his car to do that.
Oh yeah.
I'd be a little scary, especially watching him bobble in the past few laps.
Jordan Sailor's down 2. Oh. I don't know if those two touched coming out of that corner, but it sure looked like they did.
It was close.
And Leo's just pulling away now. He made the pass on the both of them, and he's pulling away.
Got that long run setup car going.
Yeah, and Pajari's down pit lane.
That's tough. If lap 45, like Alan Pajari's coming down pit road, and it's a lap 45. I mean, you double that. If his ill handling, unless he makes an adjustment during the stop, I guess, which is possible, but you're gonna double that. If you got to stop at 45, you're gonna assume you're gonna stop at 90, and that's kind of tough.
Right.
That's kind of tough to swallow. I would have a hard time doing that. I think I would go to
Another 15.2 for him. At least 50 at this point.
Yeah, I would go to like 51, 52 if I could, just to, if a green white checker comes out. But I mean, if you didn't do it at the 30, ooh, Brandon Curtis getting a little sideways. If you didn't do it at lap 33, 34, 35, I'd be kind of leery about coming in. They're just short of halfway, just a few laps.
And here comes Sailors. Looked like he was
Like I said,
far forward in that pit stop.
yeah, it did look like he was forward in the box. Unless the car's handling great and it feels great on lap 45. Here we have 47, 48.
I don't know what happened there, but that was Joe Durham. He was directly in front of the 55, and the 55 was almost out of screenshot there. And here comes Durham. Lap 48. And that's going to make Leo our current leader. Another wiggle coming out of 4. That's Curtis and Hera. Comes Durham. Where's he gonna come out? Oh, I was gonna say that's a little.
Yeah, that's a hard right there. That looked like
He just
I
caught.
didn't know any better.
Just caught the white line, I think, because that was before the cone.
I didn't know any better. He would have blown a tire, but I know he just stopped, and you can't blow tires here, but.
Comes Leo. 50.
Hit the white line and cold tires and a little bit too much throttle, maybe? I don't know.
Well, pre-race, the track was at 100 degrees. That was before the cars were running on it, so...
Right, yeah. It's a little shaded here on the front stretch, though. Yep, it's a transition.
Maybe he got in the throttle a little too early there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Where the track hits the apron, it's where it upset the car. I don't know. I know, like, there's some bumps. Like Indianapolis has got a bump up it. Actually, you can't see on camera from the stands, but you can definitely feel it in the car. I'm wondering if there's something going on down there I'm not really sure about.
That's quite possible.
But again, cold tires and that apron to track transition could do it all by itself.
Both Jake's down pit lane.
Yeah, looks like Jake Bryan had to lock him up, getting slowed.
He hasn't slowed yet. There he goes.
No, I mean slowed off the banking off the track before
yeah.
pit road entrance.
Skimia coming in for his stop. Now, is that gonna make? Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's gonna make Chris White our leader.
That's funny because some of these guys are making 2 stops through the race, and Chris normally is the one to do that.
Yeah, this time he's
he's staying out there. Yeah.
But right behind him is Durham, who was our leader before the stops, but Durham did hit the wall, and I presume pick up a penalty for unsafe exit with blending in before the cone, even though it wasn't on purpose.
Right, and he, yeah, because he came right back in.
Oh.
Here comes Chris White down pit road, or at least attempting to.
I think that should do it.
Jordan Sailors, Alan Pajari, and Nick Leo. Our top 3.
See how long Sailors,
Jordan Sailors, yeah.
because Sailors pitted before Pajari and Leo. Leo pitted on 50. We saw how quick he was at the end of that run, and having that extra 2 or 3 lap fresher tires might make a difference.
Yeah, and that's where these guys, like, oh, I'm just going to throw Chris White out there, where he went long on those tires, and now he's got, I mean, those first guys in are already 23 laps old. The tires are already 23 laps old. Those first few guys that stopped on that 33, 34 lap mark are already pushing 60, so.
Jenkins down pit road, making his stop.
I mean, those guys that were doing 2 stops, they're going to get, I would think that they're going to get ready to come in here in another 5-10 laps.
To say within the next 10, yeah.
Yeah. If that's their strategy, obviously, but.
Just like any other pit strategy, it's always a gamble.
always.
Especially the two stoppers, because really, in order to get the two stopper to work in your favor, Angie hits the wall there.
Yeah.
You almost need a caution some point after halfway. Unless tire wear is that extreme like Phoenix was.
Right.
Ooh, McEvely.
Wow, I was watching Curtis.
Oh, did they both get sideways?
Yeah.
Yeah, 27's on 10 lap old tires, and 7's on 30? Almost?
Yeah.
There we go. Jordan Saylor's up 14 spots for the day.
Wow. That's an impressive run. That's a super impressive run.
You can see Ange pit quite early, David pit early, Luna pit early. I think everybody else on the board might be on a one stopper. There's McEvely, he's on a 2. White and the ledge with the longest.
Yeah, I was looking at Jack Durham. Just a second ago, he was down 13 spots. He's down 12 just from that mistake and then possibly a penalty.
Just goes to show you how crucial pit stops are during.
Yeah, and yeah, you're absolutely right. Wow, that was a big miss of the pit box. Oh, this is going to cost Brandon Curtis a lot of time.
Still struggling.
He had a pretty fast car, and that's going to cost him a lot of time.
It's a 27 making up a spot off AJ Luna. See what happened to him. Must be something did happen. Ooh.
Oh.
It's broke. Oh, now he's broke. Ooh.
Oh, no. That's a little disheartening. That's just horrible. He had a pretty fast car. I thought he was just making a two-stop pit stop there. I didn't realize he had damage on the car. That is horrible. Yeah, it's sliding through the corner and could not save it. Tags the outside wall pretty hard and goes and just destroys the inside wall. A little shallow on exit, I think.
Oh.
I think that might have caused that whole issue there. That's just too bad for him. That's a tough break.
And he kept it down and out of the way, though.
He did. He kept it rolling. There's two little incidents there. I mean, Jack's wasn't too awful bad, but Brandon's could have possibly brought out a caution. That was pretty close, I would think.
There's Angie for his second stop.
Pajari there. He's taking 4 tires. Almost a 16-second stop, so he must have had a slight issue in the box.
Just off center a little bit.
There's our pole sitter. Had almost well over a 3-second lead.
Yeah.
Unfortunate mistake exiting pit road cost him that. That's just too bad. Unfortunate, I'll say.
On board with Leo with his battle with 28.
Nick showing a little bit of patience here. Oh, and there he makes it go. For the number 2 spot.
It almost looked like Alan decided to just let him have it. Almost. But Nick was putting on too much pressure. Because he was being patient. He was just giving pressure.
Yep. There's our leader, Jordan Sailors. He's just a little bit up the road from Nick Leo.
1.4.
Pajari. Oh, 1.2 seconds.
And falling. There's Angie getting around Leo.
Yeah, he's got those first tires. He just stopped.
Yeah, he's gonna get one of his lap back here shortly. Don't know if he's got enough time to get both back though.
Ooh. I was going to say, looks visually like Nick Leo is catching Jordan Sailors, and he definitely is now looking at the ticker.
Oh yeah. It looked like Sailors had a little bit of an issue there with, not with Angie, but when Angie passed him, it looked like car was handling not so well.
That is a pass for position.
Yeah, six
spot, yeah. It's funny, you want to talk about something that Juan Escamilla moved from California to Indiana. If that, oh! Jordan Sailor's right in the wall, and Nick Leo is on his bumper, 2 car lengths away.
Yeah. McEvely's bringing it to the apron to get out of the way. And down pit lane. Of course, he was also on that 2-stop strategy. He pitted early.
Yep. It just dawned on me there that, yeah, Juan Escamilla. There goes Nick Leo for the lead. Inside pass. We saw that earlier. He just puts that nose right in there tight between the line and the car on the outside. And he's getting it done.
Same corner, I think.
Yeah, if Sailors isn't careful, he's going to lose another position here to Alan Pajari. There's our top 3 right there. 4th place is looking at Jake Weaver. He's 18 seconds back. That's quite a ways.
Yeah, that might be our largest gap yet within the top 4, top 5.
Yeah, nice majority getting around Sailors.
Well, Sailors pitted around 48, 46, 47, somewhere in there. So
I don't know. I think Nick Leo is still working on a one-stop strategy, though.
he is. The 3 of them are. Actually, our top 4 are. There's EJ and Escamilla. Escamilla is hunting down EJ after picking up 6th from David. He's in the hunt for 5th.
Yeah, so I was getting back to Juan Escamilla from California to Indiana, if that sounds like anybody else we may know. I'm not comparing anything other than the fact that it was a California to Indiana move.
Yeah, a gaggle of cars there. That was lap traffic in a battle with each other, intertwined with lead lap cars in a battle with each other. That's David.
Scott Herrick comes out for his second stop. Joe David is in. Oh, sorry. Joe David. I knew it was Joe David. I don't know why I said Scott Hera.
That was Durham.
Yeah, I was
Chasing down 4th place.
Yeah.
Not for position, but
No.
still showing incredible pace. I hear tires. Oh.
That's Jack Durham again.
Almost collecting Scotch in.
Heard a big pop there, big boom. He's got some right front damage. That tire's not spinning, and that was your fault.
No.
Yep, you just mentioned Jack, and then he's not bringing out a caution now. He's keeping it down on the apron and fast enough to where Yellow was not flying. It's a very unfortunate night for Jack Durham.
I was asking me, looking to make an outside move on Luna, but it's not going to work. I thought he was going to go for the crossover there, but just falls in line.
Yeah, and that's 4th and 5th right there. And in the background, you can see our leader, Nick Leo.
He makes it back.
Yeah, this is just not his day today. And I'm sure he's going to have to retire this car now. I don't know if he'll, with 14 laps to go, even attempt to try and fix it. I'm sure he used a fast repair on the first incident he was in. Oh!
Just loses the rear end.
Yep, coming out of 4. Good job keeping it out of everybody's way there.
Oh, twice.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
I don't know if he touched the white line there or not, but... Oof.
Whew. Steve Angie's just going like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back out a little bit and then I'm going for it.
Yeah. If the gap between those two cars was any closer, it may have collected Steve.
Yeah. Our leader, Leo, he's going to have some picking and choosing to do here. Unless these guys get out of his way, he's going to have to... There's 3 cars all racing for position here. He's going to get around. With second place, Bajari right behind.
Juan lets him go.
Juan just went high and gave him the space he needed.
Curtis is 4 laps down at this moment. About to go 5. Maybe.
Yeah.
He should have fresher tires than Luna.
Like EJ can't really get out of the way because he's got a car on the outside of him.
Yeah, and
Pajari's trying to get through traffic.
I think Juan loses out here because he was trying to pick off EJ.
Well, EJ's going to go high and let him go. And Curtis is going to go high. Yeah, that was close. A little scary.
SKB is going to get all that time he lost back.
Yeah, Pajari's in a bad spot right here. Seemed like he picked up a lot more lap traffic than Leo did.
Yeah.
Seems like Nick only had to get around 3 cars, or Pajari's got to get around 5 or 6. Seems like.
And you can't fault the 04 and the 24 either, because they're both in a position battle.
Oh no, I'm not doing that at all. It's just gonna be. It's just gonna be a little bit easier for Nick, I think. Just unfortunate for Alan. Just got to work a little harder, I guess.
Oh, Sam.
Oh, that was scary. That was scary. I think Jordan had to run off the corner that Luna did not. That could have been a bad deal right there.
Leo's got a little bit of open space now.
Yeah, we're coming to 5 to go, and Pajari's got to get around some lack traffic. And there's a pretty decent gap there, so
1.7 seconds.
I'm sure these lap guys are going to not fight for anything here, and just go high, and those guys on the lead lap fight it out.
Para picks up a spot off of Luna.
Yeah, that looks pretty easy. I don't know if
I think EJ's having
Scott
some.
has. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was just saying if EJ's having some issues, or if Scott, has came in a little later, got some fresh tires. I don't know.
You know what it is? EJ pitted early. I think he pitted around the same time as his teammate in Steve, and hasn't since.
Early, like around that lap 60, 66 mark?
No,
65?
around lap 30.
Oh, really? You don't think? Really?
I don't remember him coming back down pit lane.
Wow, with all this stuff going on, we only have 4 cars on the lead lap. And actually, the 4th place car is about 10 to 12 seconds from going a lap down. Obviously, with 3 to go, it's not going to happen. It's just... three stops and struggling cars, I think.
Yeah.
Or 2 stops, I mean.
I'll hold my tongue until we get the white, but...
There's Jake Bryan and EJ Luna. That's a
that was a
4-position pass.
And Chris White just lost a spot to Joe David.
Oh, yeah.
And there's Angie.
Angie's right there. Chris is pushing high.
Might lose another.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just hanging on to that car, just trying to keep it in one piece. He's fighting back on the outside, but I don't think he's going to hold it together to the corner.
Anywho, now that we got the white flag, for the first time this season, we've gone green. So, I mean,
Congratulations, Nick Leo.
pit stop people may have been relying on them a little bit, seeing how the first 2 rounds have been yellow.
Yeah, you could have a point there. I mean, you get a long green flag run, or I say a long green flag run, a full race, a green flag, and that crutch of caution flags is just not there.
No.
Tire management,
Right.
pit stops on the green.
You know, if you get, if I'm in the habit of being in races that have cautions, multiple cautions, then I'm going to be driving as hard as I can.
Right.
Because I know I'm going to get a chance to, well, I don't know, but, you know, just
Yeah, you're banking on. You're figuring, right? There you go. Nick Leo, his first win came in race 3, season 2. Yep.
Defending champion finally get some good feels.
Mm-hmm.
He did get a second place finish last round, but he was involved in an incident, so.
Yeah, and actually it was a third. He got a third last round, but still. This was his first win, which was something last season he was very accustomed to getting.
This is a celebration and a half, if I do say so myself. Nick Leo is your winner. Alan Pajari, 1.8 seconds behind a P2. Jordan Sellers was 3rd. Jake Weaver 4th. Juan Escamilla 5th. Scott Hare was 5th. Jake Bryan 7th. EJ Luna held off, got 8th. Justin David 9th. Steve Ange 10th. Chris White just missing in top 10. Scott on the last lap, even. Scott Chin 12th. Anthony McEvely 13th. Jenkins 14th. Curtis 15th. Then we have Nick Leo up on the standing boards with his win. Alan Pajari moves up into 2nd. Jake Weaver up into 3rd. Durham down 3.
Wow, big hit for Jack Durham.
Big hit. Scott Harrow up 3. We have Jake Bryan's up 8. Juan Escamilla up 12. Not bad. Keeps going down 4, missing tonight's race. Same with Novak. We have David Duke, Troy Katzer, who is missing, along with Dan Katzer. They both couldn't make it tonight. And we have Nick Sargent 26th and Lucy Nunemacher with 3 points at the bottom. Green flag racing.
Awesome race.
Fun for the
Awesome race.
drivers. Sometimes fun for the spectators. I like green flag races.
I was spectating and I liked it.
Yeah.
You really didn't know who was going to do what there. I mean, with just a few laps to go, you kind of had an idea, but
Yeah, especially with all the, well, even with all the lap traffic, you know what? You got a bad handling
True.
car and
that's true.
one mistake, it's all over.
So cool. Congratulations, Nick Leo, on the first win of season 2.
On behalf of the other way, we say thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.